Hi everyone, I have had a few questions about the setup of the Blackboard site, so I thought I would give you a tour. I had every intention of doing this when the course launched, however I didn't have a voice, so now that I'm getting my voice back and backtracking on the things that I wanted to do initially, I can do so. So here's your landing page. When you come in to the course, you will always end up in the landing page, and you're going to see the announcements, and if you want more announcements you can always click on more announcements. To do, these are the things that should show up as past due or when other things are due, and of course I have a selection here for my alerts and early warning system items. Going into the International Business Wiki, this is a place where I've compiled a lot of different types of resources that will come in really handy whenever you do your group projects, which is after your first exam. We'll begin that during week 6 and more information will be forthcoming. I just click the back button to go back into the Blackboard environment. It should be noted that the Business Wiki site comes up within the Blackboard environment, so you're not really leaving the Marion Tech environment. So moving on to course logistics, we have a folder here for my information and then the main folder for course logistics. Within course logistics you're going to see the syllabus and information about the software and textbooks, which is also part of our syllabus. Discussion board information, I mentioned this yesterday in our wrap-up for week 1. There's response tips, model response, and a rubric for you to use, and I would highly recommend taking a look at those things. In terms of the team project information, that will be talked about a little bit more as we get closer. However, this is a document that outlines the components of what you'll be doing for your team project. Moving on, modules. This is the information that you will need for each week's work. The introduction is a general overview of the things that are contained within each module, and if we scroll down we can see all of the weeks for the rest of the term, which I've already built out and released. Looking at week 1, I'm going to click on week 1's folder, and I can see an overview of what's contained in the learning module for this week. If you notice at the bottom it says click Welcome to Week 1 to access the learning modules, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. This is a live link, and this takes me into the modules. You're going to see a table of contents up here in your left hand corner, and you can see that you can page through these items one by one. When I don't want to look at this table of contents, I can collapse it. And of course, if I want to expand it, I can just simply hit the icon here that says Maximize Table of Contents. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll through these items. The first item is our learning objectives. I'm going to collapse my table here so I can see better. These are the learning objectives for week 1. So after I've looked over that, I'm going to continue paging through this. And there's an introduction to the module that sort of summarizes all the things that we'll be talking about. And then there's an agenda. Keep scrolling through. My videos for this particular week. If I want to watch the video, I can simply hit the watch video icon, or I can alternatively click on the URL. More videos. And deliverables. Deliverables are your to-do items for the week. And this is the assignment for introductions. You'll notice that it popped up in another window. So if I've already posted, I don't have to worry about this. I'm going to collapse that window and go back to my learning module. Paging through it, my quiz popped up. If I've already taken my quiz and don't need to take it again, I'll go to the left-hand corner of whatever browser I'm using and close it. And this is an explanation of our Scoop It assignments. I tried to break them down into very specific steps I'm just going to go ahead and close these things as they pop up. Step 2, Step 3, and there's another pop-up for posting your topic. When you post your topic, keep in mind you do not have to create a new topic for every week's postings. When you create your Scoop It account and name your topic, try to name it something generic that has to do with international business. And because I've used this tool with other classes, you may be limited on the names that you come up with the first couple of times. Just keep picking another name and maybe modifying a little bit until you find something that works. So I will go ahead and close this. Here's step 5 and a tutorial on how to add content to my topic. And I asked you to follow one of my topics, so I have easy access to your Scoop It topics for the remainder of the quarter. And then step 7 was to post your 3 articles and discuss them in the discussion board, talking about what concepts they're relevant to and discussing those articles among classmates. And here is a page with the resources with the PowerPoint for this particular chapter. So ultimately everything that you need is contained within these learning modules and will be at your ready whenever it is that you need them. So I'm going to get rid of this because it popped up and wanted to show me what it had going on. So going back into my learning modules, if I go back here, what I'm shown at the top is my breadcrumb trail. And basically that's what it sounds like. It's a way to figure out, okay, I came from this folder, which was contained within this one, and if I go back here, this is going to take me to the main directory of all of my modules. So when you go through each week, read the overview, click on the title, and the title takes you into the table of contents for that week. Again, you can page through these from either the table of contents view, or you can page through them through the content view. I can expand or collapse my table of contents simply by hitting the minimize or the maximize button, either way. And I can completely move these things out of the way altogether if I want a full screen view. Going down the line, we can see an access to discussions, and this takes you directly to the discussion boards. And the point of that was to allow you to be able to quickly access discussions which you would need on a regular basis without having to go through the modules. The quizzes are also available. Keep in mind that your highest score on the due date will be the one that will be kept for your grade, and you can take these as many times as you'd like. They're very good study aids and will help you study for your exams. And cool stuff was a semi-related wiki with presentation and collaboration tools that may be useful for you when you start to work on your team projects. Further down the line, we have a section called collaboration, and the team areas are here. I've not enrolled people in the team areas yet, so when we get closer to that time, you'll be enrolled in your team areas. And then communicate. As you see when you come online in the course, this is an indicator that I am online in Skype. And there will be times that I set aside specifically for your class for chats, phone calls, virtual office hours essentially. And when you log in on the home page, you're going to see the indicator of whether I'm online or not. And GroupMe, of course, is the texting tool that we have started to use, which will be valuable to you during your team projects if you choose to use it. So going back down here, we just looked at communicate, And now we're into the utilities. My grades is self-explanatory. Tools are other types of tools that you may use during the course. And help is specifically related to Blackboard. And then scrolling down further, we can see the college information, which contains the Marian Technical College policies regarding acceptable use and questions about online learning, and of course the information about academic misconduct. The last item is assistance and support and contains information regarding help desk, library, support services, and the computer labs. Returning to the home page, that is the end of the tour and should explain how the course is set up. Keep in mind that different browsers will render the same content differently. That is to say that in Chrome sometimes things are cut off, and if you scroll down to the bottom you might not be able to fully see things that you collapse or expand. So for instance, if I expand Pages and Utilities, you can see that I really can't scroll down anymore, so I have to use the flyout menu instead of the expand. Hopefully this is helpful. If you have questions, please let me know. Since this is, of course, an individual course, any problems or questions that you have specifically, you're responsible for, so please contact me directly. Contacting me on behalf of several people or groups of people who are unnamed who have questions is really ineffective. So we handle these things on a one-to-one basis. If you have questions, send me an email or text me, or please feel free to take advantage of Skype when I'm online, because we can chat without the use of a webcam and a microphone, or we can set up a session where you do have your webcam and your microphone and you can share your screen. I can walk you through that so I can see exactly what it is that you're looking at. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the term.